Hey guys, so here is a cast iron square that we will be CNC machining. Got some drawings on here. Gonna take it over the grinder first and flatten it out. So first, we want to stone our part, and this is just a Norton combo bench stone. A little Windex for lube. Give it a wipe down. Alright, ready to go to the grinder. So here we are at the grinder. It's a little Harrig 612. Got the part set down. I know it's a little bit high in that back side there, so we're going to start with that side first. Kind of already touched off here. Let me set you guys up and we'll start grinding this thing in. Alright, here we go. We'll feed down about half a thou. This is cast iron class 40. And the wheel I'm using is a Norton 38A for 60i. Get a pretty decent finish with it. Pretty good. I think we can leave that, flip it over and do the other side. No downfeed on this pass. Just want to make sure that you don't run into any high spots. and we'll down feed about 7/10. Another half thou. Still a little bit of tooling marks from the face mill on there. We'll take it down another 5/10 or so. Alright folks, that is going to do it for the surface grinding. We'll be back with more, moving on to the CNC mill. Keep in mind this is just a rough grinding. It will get finished ground on all 4 working surfaces, and I'll hit the other non-working surfaces as well. Alright guys, welcome back. Here is the tooling from CGS that Kevin over there recommended to use for this project. Try and get it to focus in. There we go. This is from the Storm series of their tools. So 3 flute, 3/8. We'll do all the roughing with this. And then for the fillets, we have a 3/8 high velocity ball nose. This one's coated. The guys over at CGS, they're pretty awesome. every time you call, somebody answers, and they've been spot on with any feeds and speeds recommendations, and why not to use a certain tool. And I've been using them pretty exclusively, made in the USA, as you can see. I'd recommend you go check them out. Their website, cgstool.com. So they do have some pretty good prices on tooling, and they offer some discounts that you can go check out and see. They also sell refurbished end mills, pretty cheap too. I think around $7, $5 or $7 for ½ inch, or a 485. I've picked up a few of them, and they work great. They're cheap and they're carbide. So we'll get this storm chucked up and start running the program on this cast iron square. Alright guys, we're zeroed off, program's loaded, we're ready to start cutting. It's kind of a lengthy program. It's an adaptive roughing, 50 thousandths depth of cut with a 30% step over, which is around 110 thousandths, 112 thousandths width of cut. We have 4 passes to do on this, so I'll probably pause the camera and bring you back and forth on it. So, in the last video there, I was seeing some problems with the program. I don't know if it's because the computer that I'm using, and there was 160,000 lines of code in that program. I don't know if that had something to do with it, but I noticed a couple little glitches right here in the movement. So I went back into Bobcad and changed the program up a little bit to do just this pocket instead of the entire, you know, 2 pockets that it has. Run it in individual files and see if that cleans it up a little bit. I did notice too that in the simulation it was supposed to cut this, come over here and cut this out and this back corner out and then move on to this, which you can see that it did this first, went up and did this, and then came back and did this. So I don't know if that was something that the controller did or something in the post, something happened. I don't know. But anyway, got it all set, and we're about to do another 50 thousandths pass and see where that goes. See how it turns out. Notice this thing has trouble focusing. I got it focused onto the spindle, but looks like it's having trouble. See if that helps. Also had a little bit of trouble with the lighting, so I have one of the work lights turned off, which the camera picked up the lighting from the room a little bit better by turning off that light. Another thing I changed in the program is I went to a 35,000 step over, or 35% step over, sorry. Up from the 30% on the last pass. Alright, we'll bring you back after it gets a little farther along. Alright guys, here we are set up to do the profile finish with the ball nose around this outside perimeter here. Inside perimeter, put in the fillet, and then we'll be able to run the other 2 pockets. there you have it. First operation is roughed out, finished. So get to drawing up and programming the pockets, and we'll come back for another part of this video. Alright, so here we are set up for the next pocket. Already got her touched off and 50 thousandths depth of cut. Let's go. Alright, so that pocket is completed. There is one more operation to actually put a core hole in it, I guess you'd call it. Then we'll move on to this one over here. Alright, so we're back. Gonna start on this pocket. It'll end up much the same as the one over there. I did some repairs to the mill on the sliding motor pulley. I actually bored it out and turned a piece of Delrin and glued it in there, and then bored that out to the motor shaft size, 28 millimeter. And it was getting pretty loud, and I had tried to do this repair before unsuccessfully. So this time I have a little higher hopes in the glue that I had used before. I don't think was really meant for the application. So huge difference in the sound. It's a ton quieter. So hopefully that'll be better for the video. You can actually talk and hear someone standing next to you. I also changed the step over to a 40% step over. There you have it. That's pass 1 of 7. So bring you back after we get this knocked down. You can see here's the strut starting to take shape. It'll be a little thinner, and now that I'm looking at it, I wish I would have programmed it, you know, did the CAD work and had this strut about the size that it is now. I think it would look a little better that way. Anyway, we'll bring you back once we get the pocket cut out a little more and move on to the next operation.